Good morning, Counter-Strike people. Hope you're doing alright. I'd show the time if I could, but Microsoft thought it was a good idea to remove the clock for some strange reason. So just respect that I am saying that it's almost 15 minutes until this case becomes marketable, and we are readily prepared to jump in and put some buy orders down. Now, this is basically much like the gallery case. It is another armory case, and, well, technically speaking, it has a set value, I guess, based on, the amount of stars you can get with the pass, and you get the idea. This is not going to be a very expensive case. However, the opportunity to pick it up for a much cheaper price, I'm not saying no to that. So, okay, the skins inside, the knives, people are pretty happy. There was a bit of a goof with the chances of getting certain knife types and whatnot. We don't need to talk about that too much. But it was for the positive of many people, but potentially the prices and the values of them. Anyway. We got a very lovely batch of skins, and I've got some links prepared, but the very first thing we need to prepare for is the FIFA case, which I have a link to right here. Now, what am I going to offer? Well, I think the best thing we can do is just look at the gallery case, see how that's behaved over the past, year? Yeah, it's been a year, hasn't it? Well, almost. It's been a half a year. It's been 6 months. Okay. Looking at this and making considerations, you might notice it's actually at its lowest price right now. So I'm a little bit concerned. It is dropping a fair bit. Now that's in my currency there. If I could go back over to here. It is still slightly going down. Maybe it recovers. Maybe when we see another brand new Armory case skin being introduced, we're going to start seeing things getting rotated out. So, the special sports collection and whatnot. The Overpass collection. Maybe that gets rotated out with new stuff. Maybe this is just how things are from now on. But that is starting to go cheaper, and my buy order that I did for that one, I think I did like 30 cents and like 60 cents. I mean, we'll see how that goes, but I've got to keep an eye on my accounts. Anyway, looking at it right now, you can see that it's gone down to 85 cents. But for a very, very, very long time, you can see that at one point it's going all the way up to about $1.20, $1.30. But it's mainly kind of set at around like $1, basically. Just about $1. So if you're making a consideration in regards to how much am I going to want to offer for the brand new FIFA case, well, I'm guessing it's going to probably be just about up to $1. Now, if you're worried about what might happen next in the future, like what happens when we see another Armory case skin being introduced, Armory case, you know what I'm talking about, who knows what names it'll be, are we actually going to see a rotation, or are we simply just going to see a third one being added? I am in the position of I'm probably going to maybe do like 30 cents and 60 cents again. I haven't picked up any gallery case cases yet, but I think that's still going to be okay. I think. Again, you might question Bit Hedge, the knives in this, the skins, they're very cool. Yeah, okay, for a while. It might take a while for that to drop off. But for a very, 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 very long time, that has sat on the Steam market at about $1. So, yeah. Making considerations, that's how I'm going to approach it. But in terms of what am I going to offer for all of these? Well, we got the brand new, interesting looking AKs and whatnot. But more specifically, I'm talking about like the brand new print stream. I'm talking about that brand new FAMAS, So I've got to consider how I'm going to approach that right now. Because, of course, print streams, they are quite nice and people do enjoy, people do like. But yeah, what am I going to offer? That's for me to consider right now in the next 10 or so minutes. But yes, I've got to get all my links readily prepared, all the ones I care about, I'm not going to care about every single little one. But in regards to like the train collection ones, ooh, that might be pretty interesting. Because I am under the assumption that at some point it's going to get rotated out, and surely, we might see some interesting things going on. Like I did 30 cents for the last industrial skins, and, well, I did pick up quite a lot of them. But if I held on to them for the foreseeable future, maybe, as I said, rotation happens and they gradually go up in price ever so nice because there's only so many to go around if it's limited stock. So, okay. I just don't think that AWP's all that. The M4 looks cool, but... Anyway, so a bit awkward that they released 2 covert AWPs at the same time. And, well, one just happens to be part of a very cool looking collection, I guess you could say. So, alright then. Let's now spend the next 10 or so minutes figuring out how we're going to approach everything. But if this is going to be a video, maybe we'll just skip ahead and showcase the first batch of buy orders. So let's just do a quick refresh. Washington State is where Valve is located. All right, so got a minute to go. Now, I would show you the countdown, but, thanks, Microsoft. Very cool. Awesome. So, yeah, countdown on the clock, chat. Can someone do that for me? But yeah, the case is going to become marketable, and I feel like that's probably the best thing to chase after. So I'm actually going to go do it on this account first. I just need to see the clock hit 8 o'clock in the morning my time, which would be midnight Washington State time. Now, just to remind you, all this new content came out Monday night, but it rolls over to the next midnight, and then 7 days later, and of course, it's exactly that, midnight Washington State time where Valve is located. For me, in London, UK time, it is 8 o'clock in the morning. I am staring at the bottom right, just waiting for this to appear. And it'll probably appear instantly of tons of buy orders because, as per usual, welcome to Counter-Strike. And it's 8 o'clock. And there you go. And it's got 899,000. Yeah, there you go. Yippee. Welcome to Counter-Strike buy orders. Yippee. Right, then let's go over to here now. Let's go do this buy order. Now there is double the amount. Cool, I guess. And off we go. Right, so looking for cool things. Print streams. Hello, where are you? Get in my live. Oh, there you go. There's one. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's so valuable. Yep. Oh, don't do that, man. I've already messed up this buy order. Right. I guess I'll just try my luck and see if I can get one for that price now. Let's go 33.3. Yeah, just put a silly barter down because why not? It's worth a try, right? Got a minimal wear. I'll put down a 17.5 and a 2. Let's try and see if I can get you. And a field tested. That would be a lot more viable. Now over to here. I do believe we have Bad Trip. Yeah, that's a... Oh, hello. That's pretty good. I don't think this is going to be as popular. What makes you say that? We'll see. Field tested. Hello. How many bars do you kind of thinking? Using my brain power to think real awkwardly. Alright, so back over to here, looking at you. What we got? Now, I could probably try and focus some knives, but the possibility of actually picking those up, I just don't even want to bother trying. Alright, I could consider doing some extra buy orders. What I might do is I might just quickly flip over to my other account by doing a simple quick switch. So for this, I think I'll just probably do 5.5 and 5 and see what happens. I don't really have that much faith in that MP5. I won't, that FAMAS. So for this, I'm lowballing a lot because I've got a lot of barters to do with just this account. Right, you look cool, and I like you, and you like you're pretty. So yeah, this is buy orders. Isn't it enjoyable to watch? So amazing. Yeah, well, you got to put, you got to fish. If you don't try and, cast your rod out, you ain't ever going to get anything pretty cool. Just saying. There you go. That's a $100 buy order in the field tested, and I think I've got the range on that. Was that a good buy order? Well, we'll see. Now, if I'm going to question everything, let's just quickly go to the gallery case. Let's go to the collection. I'm looking. Gallery, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm looking for gallery. Right, I want to look at the coverts. And let me get a good look at the stat tracks. And then what I'm going to do is look at the... okay, let's just specifically look for the field tested. It's 120 and 35. I'm fine. It's the print stream. It'll be right? Right? I can always wait and see what happens next. Maybe I'll scream and cry. Okay, so this is where we are now looking at some purples. And that right there is a perfectly fine looking specimen, but it looks like the good barders have already been put down. Oh dear. And yeah, same thing. Right, I was hoping to try and get a good foot in, but maybe I'll just go ahead and quickly put this down. See what happens next. It's a nice looking skin, it's just I don't think I'll be getting anywhere. Yeah, I've got to go back to this and redo my borders. Let's just put that there. I think I'll just request 10. We'll see what happens next. It's a perfectly fine looking specimen. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, the AK. I have probably missed out on you. Yep. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, big thinking time. Let's just do this for now. I can always go back to it with a stronger barder. Hello, minimal wear. Oh, you've got a pretty good barder in there already. I think I'll just probably do the same one. Is that a good idea? If you're not feeling confident, why not just... you know what? I think I'd probably put down too low of a barder in the previous one. Yeah, we'll see. All right, then. So, yeah. Have we calmed down yet? No. All right. Factory over here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? That's a pretty cool... Oh, my... Yeah, I think I did too low of a barder. So, you know what? I might jump into this now and do an actual proper barder over to here on the second account. Yeah, I haven't done anything since I did that fever case barder. All right, then. So, how you doing? You've got a pretty decent looking barder over there. You got to think about this. If I can recall, it is a classified. It's not too hard to get this, is it? Is it? Is it? So, I've got to think, brain power. Let's go put down... Maybe I'll just do that, and I'll just see what happens next. All right? Yeah, we'll try that out. Cool. Right, then. So, that's a lot of bilders. Why don't we skip ahead and see what all the bilders look like a little bit later. So, with that. Now, I know I know exactly what's going to happen. Place bilder. So, I have now... I've done it. I've reached my maximum order. I could actually lower this a bit, actually, so I can do... You currently have £17,645 worth of bilders. At most, you may add an extra, what, £25? I mean, sure, we could give it a shot. So if I were to just kind of lower this and say, hey, I can only add 5, 6, maybe. I mean, I probably have to add a bit more money. I'm just looking at this and thinking, Then again, that has gone a little bit higher. Go on then. I'll do 4.5. There you go. Well, no, let's go 5. Screw it. No, 45, 5. So if I do this now, there we go. And that's it. That is now my account completely exhausted. It cannot do any more barders, and I certainly cannot add any more money. No. So if you understand how barders work, based on your currency, you can only have a total amount of wallet in comparison to dollars, which should be equal to about $2,000. That should be the limit. But if you understand how pending kind of works, when like Steam doesn't fully trust when it doesn't fully trust the thing that you just sold, it will actually keep it in pending for a good 2 days. Usually it's 1.5, but it's 2 days usually as well. So that technically isn't actually already part of your wallet. So if you sell a bunch of things, like probably it's the highest barter or whatever, and just keep building up your pending more and more and more and more, you can sell actual things, get your money all the way up to maximum, and then about 2 days later, then the pending money gets attached to your account. That is why I have an absurd amount of money. And that is why I feel like I put it to great advantage. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, all right, let's go see how this all looks right about now. So if I could just quickly refresh. Let's go turn on the extension to show, like, the total barders as well. So, scroll down a bit. Let's get all of that in view. And... that's probably equal to maybe, let's say, close to 21, a little bit more than 21, no, over $2,100 almost, not 21. But then again, that would be, it's the bilders, you should understand this. 10 times your current Steam wallet, that's the maximum you're allowed to have. So, yep, scroll down a little bit more, and let's just take all of this in. Look at all those buy orders that we just did right there. So that's the fever case, and look at all of that. Quite a lot of stat track, but yeah. That is... how many barders did I do? Well, earlier today I did have the thing, so I must have done about almost $3,000 worth of barders. Just in that account. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I guess we're probably going to see another rotation perhaps, or a brand new armory case appearing probably around October time. Much like what we saw last year, the first one, so... All right, there you go. Now, I do have another account I can quickly switch into. But, yeah, this account cannot do anything else now. It's simply going to exist, simply to just keep buy-ordering things. I can't add anything else to it and whatnot. But I can still do straight purchases. So, just saying. I can still do some things with it. It's just, yeah, it's kind of limited. So, in terms of barders, cannot do anything. So, what I should do now is I'll just do something like this, where I will... remove that, put that there, and if I could also quickly grab the number, so we just had this a second ago, Hedge, there you go. There we are, copy that, And yeah, we're just going to have to let purchases slowly happen and wait until I can use that again. Maybe not for another year, probably. But yeah, I'm starting to get a lot more exhausted accounts compared to accounts that can actually do buy orders. Alright then, cool. So if you don't fully understand what the hell I was just talking about, consider going to my YouTube. Go to my videos, go to the most oldest video that I have right here, buy orders and how to profit from them. And what we've just learned about our buy order bottlenecks, it is chaptered right over to here. So buy order bottlenecks, 30 minutes in, and you'll understand how everything works. It's strange, but the Steam market has mechanics in itself, so learn. And maybe one day you also pick up a Desert Eagle Yomaganda for, $3. That did actually happen, I'm just saying. It did happen. So yeah, buy orders, it's fun when it works, but you've got to put the effort into a reasonable amount. But you know what? I don't have to worry about anything now. I've got to wait until maybe October. All right, cool. Actually, no, we do have the upcoming American major. But I'll be honest with you, major stickers and whatnot just haven't been very profitable as of recent. It's just, they need to do something different. I wouldn't say no to patches again, but, they've got to want to do it. So they keep earning less and less every major now because people just don't want to get involved with them. Oh, well, it is what it is. So, all right, we'll see what happens in the future. But, yeah, it would be nice to show the time. It is now just about 20 minutes past since when all those skins became available. And there's still a few more that I got to chase after. So, yeah, let's go switch accounts and I'll continue with doing that. So there's an interesting little thing that I wanted to add to this. Basically, as you can see here, it is, let's just refresh. It's been just over an hour since, everything became marketable. It's 1 o'clock in the morning in Washington State, where Valve HQ is. And we were looking at the case. Now, at one point earlier, it had almost 50,000 quantity on the Steam market. Now, we've kind of talked about this. We genuinely believe it was probably due to those very naughty accounts that have been, simulating matches to get all those cases for absolutely, getting the botters, basically. So basically, there was a ton of those being listed, and the price went all the way down to $1. As time has passed, the quantity keeps getting bought out, and the price has improved ever so much. So this is a little lesson for everybody to learn in the future when we see more armory cases come out. Don't sell them instantly the very second they become marketable. Wait a bit. Now, here's the next question. Do you want to keep on waiting? Probably not. So I've just been talking about this with the chat here. We are expecting that maybe in around 12 hours' time, when Europe and, most of the Western world is playing, and you also had to take this in consideration. I don't think everybody is fully well aware that the case was going to become marketable today. They're going to see that, and they're going to think, oh, I could sell mine now. And, of course, more cases will start appearing, and then the price will go down again. The quantity will rise up again, and the price will go down again. However, when the Western world goes to sleep, typically, it gets bought out again, and the price rises up. Night times are when that normally happens. But it's not like a standard normal case like we'd seen in the past. It is an armory case skin. So you could pretty much always figure out a price based on the price you paid for with the pass and whatnot. It's not like an operation case fully, because that was easy. I could buy stars or tokens for a certain amount. No. That one is a bit different because you do have to put the effort in to play the game, and of course, get all cases, and how hard is that anyway? But anyway, the point is, yeah, that is probably going to peak at some point, and it'll stop going up in price, and it'll start going back down again, and yeah, well, there you go. I don't know when this video will be uploaded. Maybe I'll release it tonight. So when people watch this, they'll be like, oh, nuts. But I go sell it now. Well, we'll see. But yeah, it's kind of getting a bit stuck at around 36,000 at the moment. It looks like it's just about gone down. Yeah, I mean, it's slowly cutting away, but it will stop at some point. Right? So someone here moaned about, oh, nuts. I sold too early. Well, that's a lesson learned. Right? So remember, when this happens again, don't try and sell your armory cases too quickly, for whatever it might be called. Right then. So yeah, that's fun, sort of. There's so much silly mechanics to all of this, but as you do this more and more and more, you get more experienced, and you know how to deal with these situations. Unfortunately, today I was a bit awkward based on how much I could offer, and I'm a little bit worried based on how much I have left. But I haven't actually bought anything yet. So as I said, it's just been over an hour. Back over to this account, as you can see. And no actual purchases have actually been made. Bit unfortunate, but, I'm not too worried. And over to here, I've been doing some more buy orders, but nothing that's actually gone through. In fact, some of the stuff from the previous armory things have appeared, so yeah, cool. But yeah, got to keep track of how much I can work with. It's a fun tightrope type of game. I don't want to fall. Ooh. Right then, so overall, that's probably it. So thank you once again for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. Soon, goodbye.